Hi everyone, this is Terry from Ramblings of a Texas Craft Room, and what we're going to be rambling about today is a card that I made. Let me get it out so I can show it to you. Here it is. This is a card that I made. It's just a wedding card. It's an all white on white card. I used the Cuttlebug. I used the Sweethearts cartridge. I used my Martha Stewart punch. And it made a really cute card. Now, I will tell you that I scrap lifted this card right off another blog that I saw a couple weeks ago. I was blog hopping, and I found the lady's blog, and it's called crookedcardcreations.com. And I'll put that on the below so you can go to her blog. And she just has the most beautiful cards. And she made a really pretty wedding card. All in white, except her butterflies that were color. And I thought it was really pretty. And I needed to make a bunch of cards for a swap that I'm doing. So I thought this would be a real simple card to do. Let me show you how I did it. Now, I started out with a 5.5 by 5 3/4 card square, because I need to do some cards. I have a bunch of envelopes that are this size, and I needed 6 by 6 envelopes, so I wanted to do a card like that. So that's why I did mine. You can do it whatever size. That's how big this is. It's 3.5. I'm sorry. It's 5.5 by 5 3/4. And what I did is I cut 2 hearts from the Sweetheart cartridge. Sweetheart's cartridge. This is her off the Sweetheart cartridge, and this is the scalloped heart, and I cut it at 4 3/4 inches real dial size. Okay, that's very important, because I'm not trying to layer this up to fit on a card, so I did it in real size dial. Okay, so this is 4 3/4, and then I cut just a plain heart also off that cartridge, and it's done at 3 inches. Now, this plain heart I ran through the Cuttlebug with the Swiss dot folder, and you know how to do that. But I'm gonna this one I'm not gonna run through the folder. This one is gonna stay plain. But this I'm gonna run through the folder, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do that. Get my Cuttlebug. And I'm not sure the name of this. They don't put the name on these. I wish they did. But anyway, this is the one with all the hearts. And we're going to put it in our... and it's not going to fit totally, so we're going to have to move it around. So we're going to put that in there. Make sure it's on there straight. And make sure it's not too much at the bottom, because it doesn't fit perfectly. So you got to sort of... There we go. Okay? And we're going to run it through 2 B plates. Just like that. Put our A plate down and our B plate. We're going to run it through. Now we're going to pull it out and run it through again, because of course it's not big enough, because my card is bigger than the 4 inches that this is. I'll show you how we're going to line it back up. And you don't have to have it perfect, because you are going to have a okay, there it is. Now we're going to run it through the Cuttlebug this way. We have the 2 B plates and the A plate. And as soon as you hear it click, stop. Hear it click. There it goes. Back it out so you don't squish what you've already done. Okay, we're done with the Cuttlebug. Okay, and there's our... Okay. So what we're going to do is, I don't like that there's just a little bit too much at the top and it's not even at the bottom. So what we're going to do... So we're just going to trim that off just a little bit. Okay? There we go. I like that much better. Okay. Now we have our heart, and we're just going to put it with some ATG. And we're going to just put it in the middle. And we're also going to put a little ATG on this one. Put it in the middle of this heart. It's a very simple card to do, very easily put together. Goes really quickly. Okay, there we go. Now, what we're going to do is, we have some Martha Stewart, and I punched these out with the Martha Stewart's punch, but I punched them out in a glitter paper. Okay, and we're going to use some 2-way glue, and we're only going to put the glue right here in the middle, because we want our wings to sort of flop up a little bit. So we're just going to glue it right there in the middle. Just hold it for just a second. Doesn't take much for that to glue. Okay, The same thing with this one. This is a really simple, quick card because everything's on one cartridge, so you can lay your paper out, especially if you're only going to cut. I cut stuff for a whole bunch of cards because I'm making a bunch of these cards, but if you're only making one card, you can put all your paper. It's all white paper, goes very quickly. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to get a ribbon. Okay, I was working on this ribbon. I didn't like it, so we're still trying to fluff it a little bit. Okay, I'm not really crazy about this ribbon, but we're going to go ahead and go with it. Trim it off a little bit. See if we can't tighten it. And you know, you can sit here and fool with the ribbon for 20 minutes if you're not careful. So we're just going to, ribbon's going to go right there. I don't like this ribbon. Let's retie it. We're just going to re-fluff this ribbon up. I don't like the size of it. Oops, sorry. Here it goes. Alrighty, there we go. Make it a little bit bigger. Straighten it out just a little bit. Now you can fluff a ribbon for 20 minutes if you're not, like I said, if you're not careful. At least I can. Oh, goodness. Okay, we're going to go with that. We're going to trim this off. And we're going to use it right here. Now we're going to put a little bit of roses. Now these are just a pack of roses that I bought at Joann's, and I think they come like 50 in a pack, and they're $6 or $8, but I usually buy them when I have my coupon, and it makes them really cheap. I know everybody is talking about the I Am Roses, and that's a really big deal right now. I have not ordered any of those, but they sure do look like they would be fun. Okay, squish this down as much as you can, so you want it to be flat on your bow. And I'll probably mess with that bow some more later, but we don't have time now. But anyway, I'm going to use some 3-in-1 Beacon glue. It works really well. And just throw some of that glue on there. Get a glob of it so you can squish it, because you're going to squish this down on this ribbon, because you want it to be as flat as possible, and you want it to glue sort of flat. So there we go. Now you can use like I've used rose here, or you could use you know, pearls, or just something to put in the center. So just hold it down just for a second. Okay, and it glues pretty quickly. And like I said, you can mess with this and mess with that ribbon forever. Okay, then we're going to choose a glue dot. Then we're going to put the ribbon. Yeah, put it right on the back of the ribbon, and then put it right in the middle of your heart. The two hearts come together. There you go. And I'm probably going to pull that ribbon off and redo it. I'm just not happy with it, but it's okay. It's fine. Okay, so there we go. So now we're going to move on to the sentiment. Okay, and what I did is I just cut this. It's probably about 2 inches, and I cut it with the quick cuts die that I have. So if whatever, you know, size. Okay, and what I'm going to use is this. I bought this at Joann's. It was $1 out of the dollar bin, and I'm going to use For Your Wedding Day on the bottom. And I'm going to stamp the rest of this To Love and Cherish and the Little Bride and Groom. I'm going to stamp that on the inside here when we're ready for that. Okay, so let me find my, there it is. Okay, uh-oh. Wow, that is just, let me clean that off. Obviously it is not sticking for some reason. Okay, let's see if that's better. Okay, there we go, we got it. Alright, we're just going to stamp this right in the middle of this. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on with these little foam dots, pop dots, whatever you have, but these work. It's a little uneven there, so I mean you could probably just use your ATG, but it's a little uneven there, so this will kind of even it out a little bit, the foam. Okay, there we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it so it sort of follows the butterflies. Just kind of goes like that. Okay, now put this back. Alright, what I did on the inside was I cut, this is also on the Sweetheart cartridge, and I cut this at 6 inches, real doll size. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it in half. And I'm going to cut off these little edges there. And I'm going to use this two-way glue pen, and I'm just going to put a little bit in the middle. Okay, and then we're going to glue this right here in the middle. Okay. Now, if you want yours bigger, just cut it whatever size you like. I just liked it. I just wanted it in the middle of the card. I didn't want to cover the whole card. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take the little bride and groom, and we're going to okay, and we're just going to stamp that on the very bottom. Okay. Okay. Now, we have a small problem here. The L did not do as well as I would like for it to. So let me see if I can find my pen. And we will just color the L in. There we go. There we go. That's perfect. And there's your little card. I hope you like it. It was a very simple card to do. I cut a whole bunch of these at once. I'm doing a whole bunch of cards, but if you were just doing one card, it's all white, it would go just like that. It just, everything you're needing is on the Sweethearts cartridge. And if you don't have, if you don't have a die cut to cut something like this, you could use this very one right here and just cut it at 2 inches, really small, and you could use that to put your sentiment on the front, and everything would be cut on the Sweetheart cartridge. You would not have to do anything except the butterflies off of your Martha Stewart punch or some other cartridge. For some other cartridge you could do butterflies. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But anyway, there's the card. I hope you like it. It's very simple to do, and like I said, go over and see Kathleen's blog. She has the most beautiful cards. They're very delicate, very tailored, and just beautiful. She does excellent, beautiful work. So anyway, I hope you like it, and let me know if you make one. And I hope it's okay with you, Catherine, that I copied this from your blog, but loved it. Anyway, it's called crookedcardcreations.com. Go check her out. Thanks, guys. Bye.